it's 2025 already. So, time to crack on with the kit car once again. Last video you saw me fabricate these seat rails up, or seat brackets. That one's removable and that one's welded in place now. What I'd like to address next is the ECU. So the ECU loom was modified by a guy called Nick Tune at Subaru Surgery. And he mounted it on this stainless steel plate, which he sells and I requested. But I think what I'm going to do is something different to mount that ECU. And I'm just going to tidy all the wires up. Now, I'm yet to decide whether I'm putting it there or there. It makes sense to me to kind of put it there and have the battery maybe over there, and that way I can use the back seats to kind of store luggage or, you know, do something like that. I think what I'll do first of all is take off this PVC tape, and then I can like maybe regroup the wiring a little bit differently or bend the wiring a little bit differently. Let's do that and start the tidying process. I've also got to mount this key, immobilizer key somewhere, because without that the engine won't work. So I could kind of do that or that. Would be nice to maybe have this hidden, because that's like an immobilizer in itself. I can turn that off as well as the ignition key, kind of turn that off and hide that somewhere. So that's an option. I could put that inside of a box just here, or make a box up. So actually, I may have just found the perfect size enclosure for this, funny enough, on the Screwfix website. Those are the dimensions, 270 by 180. So I'm going to go and buy that, and we'll see how that looks. One small car journey later, let's have a look inside, see what it looks like. You can join me on this voyage of discovery. I'm sure it'll be extremely exciting for you. Oh yes, that might well do the job. Oh, that looks like it could be perfect, actually. That's exactly the kind of idea that I was thinking about. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that, I think. So, how am I going to get those mounting points marked up on the bottom of this? Well, I can't see it properly.
My fake poker is moving on. The ECU has found a home. Wires tidy, the mess is gone. Soon be driving far from home. Dremel cutting blades are spinning. So much to do, no time for eating. I lost 2 kilos from pushing way too hard on my Covin in my garage. Gotta finish up this Covin rep, busting brain cells with every step. I thought it would be fairly easy, but the whole thing has left me queasy. My friend Jay, he popped on by. Hadn't seen me for quite some time. Pulled me out from my garage hiding, grabbed a needed beer and did some driving. Gotta stay focused, push ahead. Gotta finish this thing before I'm dead. If I finish this car at 98, I won't have no license, that ain't so great.
This is about the 15th take of this particular video. Let's see if I can not mess up. So, I spent some time yesterday de-pinning some of these ECU connectors and soldering in some extra wires just so I could untangle some of this loom. And I did that firstly is because I want to rewrap this in fabric cloth, which is what I've done there to half of it. But I've run out of tape, so I've got some more on order. And secondly, when the wire's all neat, it kind of curls up much nicer in that box. I'll tell you what I'm thinking of doing next. Now, this is what I was thinking. The lid goes on here like this. and the ECU sits on top. But what I think I'm going to do, I was going to cut these little tabs off and maybe Velcro it in position. Velcro's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it would work. Industrial Velcro is very strong. I use it at work. But what I might do is chop these little tabs off and cut a hole in here and have it poking through the bottom, because it's a pretty good fit. And I think that would look really smart, and there's still enough room to plug the connectors in there. So I'm going to give that a go, I think.
Gotta finish up this Covin rep, busting brain cells with every step. I thought it would be fairly easy, but the whole thing has left me queasy.
Wah, 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 wah. Oh no. I'll have to cut out that whole section there now, which is a shame. So I think that's going to work pretty well. I had to trim a bit more out of there because there's a curvature and the plugs wouldn't go in there. So, but that'll be all right. I think that's going to look quite nice. I'm going to hot glue gun this in place and just see how we get on. Right, let's see how it looks, shall we? I think it would be nice to have this OBD port coming out the side of the box here. That'd be nice. I mean, it does work just flopping around the side there, but it would look much smarter kind of there. So I was thinking of using this original mounting stainless steel plate as a kind of a template. So this has got to be pretty accurate for it to look good, because the plug tolerance and fitment is very small. So I've got to do this really carefully. You can see how technical that shape is. That might not be too bad because I can just kind of run in there with a with the Dremel blade there and there, and kind of run in there with the Dremel blade. So actually it might not be too bad. Right, let's see how accurately I can do this.
Had time off work, Covin progress has been great. Heading back to work, putting food on the family's plate. It's been a blast, I'm sure you will agree, reading comments till little air cooled me. Just when I'm on one and getting in the flow, gotta down my tools, off to work must go. London's calling, gotta get down there soon and join those monkeys like a good old baboon. Be strong, my friends, we'll conquer each day. We'll rise above the grind and find our way. Gotta earn that bread and get it in the jar. Only way we gonna build this car. Work life's calling me back, patience to see. Admin's been busy packing them in to see me.
So, after much fettling and filing, there's my OBD2 port slot. So let's see if it fits, shall we? Yes! Excellent. That clipped home so nicely. Yep, really pleased with that. Super secure as well. Excellent. So I've got one last piece of the puzzle, and that's to kind of fit a fuse box. Now that's the one that came with the Subaru loom. My friend Craig suggested that I buy one of these, so like all the connections are on the back, which makes more sense. Then I can kind of maybe sink it into the box a little bit more neatly. So that's what I'll do next, I think. So the kind of natural placement of the wires ends up to being about there. So that's what I'll do. I'll put the fuse box up there and see how it looks.
There's no escaping from this daily grind. Gotta get off my lazy behind. I'll be thinking while I'm away, what Covin things are causing me delay. I'll be on eBay ordering those parts and filling virtual shopping carts. Be strong, my friends, we'll conquer each day. We'll rise above the grind and find our way. Gotta earn that bread and get it in the jar. Only way we gonna build this car. Only way we gonna build this car.
So yeah, just been doing some wrapping. Not wiki type of wrapping, but wrapping this loom up. I've been using some Tessa tape, which has just arrived, so that's good. I could crack on with that. So just finishing that off. I have got this bit to do. I've got to solder in a diode into one point of that because I broke it. And so yeah, so we've got the fuse, ignition, which needs to operate the immobilizer, tells the ECU that it's not stolen. So, and we've got the OBD2 port for diagnostics. We have got the rest of the wiring in there, relays, etc. in there. So yeah, all good. I'm going to put a bit of foam on the bottom so we've got something soft for the relays to sit on. And almost there now, so I'll just finish that off.
Wires all neat, colors looking bright, all flowing nicely, really looking right. Every wire a journey an electron path does take, making a connection, a module comes away.
So there we go. There's the ECU all nicely packaged up in a nice little box. Let's get this in the car, see how it looks, shall we? Now, because I like you all, I'm inviting you along with me for this little bit of the journey. So, I can't do it one-handed. Just try not to trip over all my dodgy hoses and stuff. Try not to scrape the car. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, go around the other side, shall we? Right, let me put you down. Do you know what? I'm so pleased with how that's turned out. I don't want to blow my own trumpet or anything, but that looks great. I'm so pleased with it. It looks so neat, compact, tidy. Will sit nicely behind the passenger seat. So brilliant. Let's leave this one here, and I will catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Well, thanks for joining me for another episode.